Welcome back to WMAF News This Week. We are talking sports tourism with North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday. Everybody along the Grand Strand sees certainly that there's an interest in sports tourism, but it doesn't happen by just building something and they will come. They are already coming, but it takes recruitment, Mayor Rhodes, as you were just saying in the break. Talk about some of the efforts it does take and some of the tax money, that 1% tax you talked about, to get the advertisement out there, to let communities in, say, Cincinnati or other markets know Myrtle Beach is really a gem.
Well, they do, and we have to let them know what we have to offer. So you've got to go to some of these conventions that they have and sell your wares, okay? Yeah. You're competing against other cities that have been in this business for a long time, that have great facilities. But we've got to compete and show them that what we have, they don't have, is the Atlantic Ocean. And when a team comes here, and they've played their game for that morning, and they don't have to play again until that afternoon later on, they have something to do here besides go back to the hotel room. They've got the ocean, they've got the beach, they've got shopping, they've got so many amenities here that they can get involved in. That's a big selling point. The other thing too is what we're going after in the shoulder months. The pricing of the hotel rooms are much cheaper than staying in Charlotte or Atlanta in those units. So we're able to help save the team some money by coming here, but yet they will spend that money while they're here. They're not going to save anything, but in what we're selling is we've got a room for $89 a night in March or April, rather than paying $129 in Charlotte or Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's huge.
That's it, but you do have to sell your wares.
Yeah. Got to sell it. And as far as recruitment, is that something already that the study you've looked at, or what efforts are you on in recruiting other people to come?
We've identified all the organizations that the mayor is talking about. In softball, you have ASA, USSSA, ISA. They have conventions. So we have identified those conventions, those dates, and of course we will send some ambassadors to sell our wares and to present the image that we want to present of North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach to come visit us and participate in the tournaments here. So.
And Matt, have you gotten any feedback preliminarily? Have you heard from whether it's local teams or outside of the market teams of, boy, we hope you do build it?
Well, our local teams are excited. You know, they love having a new facility. All of our kids are real excited for something like that. I think. We're pretty fortunate that a lot of people seek us out. Whereas some other places might have to work a little harder to get that recognition or awareness. Being where we're located, they realize if they were to bring their tournament here, they have a good chance to probably bring more teams, which in their case will probably make more money. So, outside of the recruitment of us going out and looking for tournaments, we're also fortunate to be in a position where people are going to seek us out.
Absolutely.
Michael, I want to interrupt again.
I don't believe you.
I
don't believe you.
There is one complex that we have not spoken about that has been very successful, and that's the Ripken complex.
That's true.
They have grown and grown in the last several years, and their teams are coming from all over the country. I mean, flying in. They are even enlarging their complex to take care of the spring training on the colleges. So that was a complex that was built. A lot of people in the area sort of snickered and said, boy, they have really gone out on the limb now. BNC has stuck their neck out, and with Cal Ripken to build this complex, it's not going to work.
Right.
Guess what?
It is working.
It's working, and they're putting a lot of heads in beds in Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand.
Yeah, that's a great point that you brought up. But Dave, as far as recruitment goes, of course it's word of mouth largely, but as far as Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday, have you had to go out and change some of your marketing tactics for recruiting more golfers here?
On the event side, absolutely. We're dealing with more niche groups, but they all have associations. Our veterans event in May, which is about 400 war veterans. That's a perfect example of us going out to the American Legion post and the VFW post. It's more of a grassroots kind of program, going door to door and knocking on those association doors and getting them that way, because they don't typically respond to the traditional advertising. You have to go see them face to face, but if you can create the relationships, they'll definitely come.
That's huge. Just kind of in the last minute or so, is there any opposition? Of course, no one likes the idea of taxes, but is there any opposition, or what's the challenge of getting this out there, of selling this idea?
Well, the biggest, I guess, problem or issue that we face in North Myrtle Beach will be the funding of such a facility. So we've tried to identify all types of funding sources. So that's the biggest issue that we'll be facing at North Myrtle Beach. As far as getting the word out and getting the teams here, we do not think that'll be an issue.
And as far as proving that it's going to work when it does come in about 30 seconds, Mayor Rhodes, you can attest, I would say, that it does work and it is working.
It does work, it is working, and it's going to continue to grow. It is sports tourism is the fastest growing increment of the tourist industry in our country today.
Yeah.
That's proven facts, and we want our part of it.
Excellent. Mayor Rhodes, Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday, North Myrtle Beach, we appreciate your time, gentlemen, today talking about sports tourism in the future that's already here right now for the most part. We appreciate all your insight. We'll look forward to more stories in the future. Thanks for your time, guys. And that wraps up WMBF News This Week. We thank you for your time. We'll see you back here next week on WMBF News This Week. Have a great weekend.
It can't be. It cannot be.